Good morning, everyone. It's so wonderful to be here with all of you today. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for that warm welcome. I'm just thrilled to have the opportunity to share some thoughts and ideas with you today that I believe can truly make a profound difference in your lives. You know, so often in life we find ourselves stuck in a rut. We get comfortable, we get complacent, and we play it safe. We stick to what we know, to the familiar, because it feels secure. But my friends, playing it safe is often the riskiest thing we can do. The greatest risk we face in life is the risk of never taking any risks at all. See, the comfort zone may feel good in the moment, but it's a trap. It's a prison that slowly but surely stifles our growth, our creativity, and our potential. And I'm here to tell you today, it's time to break free. It's time to be brave enough to step out of that comfort zone and into the unknown. It's time to be brave enough to be bad at something new. Now, I know that might sound a little scary. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that the mere thought of being bad at something new is enough to make a lot of you feel a little anxious. We all have this deep-seated fear of failure, don't we? We're terrified of looking foolish, of not being good at something right away. And that fear can be paralyzing. It can keep us from ever trying anything new, from ever taking that leap into the unknown. But my friends, I'm here to tell you today, that fear is nothing more than illusion. It's a lie that we've been telling ourselves for far too long. Because the truth is, being bad at something new is not a weakness. It's a strength. It's a sign that you're growing, that you're stretching yourself, that you're pushing the boundaries of what you thought was possible. You see, the greatest achievements, the most incredible accomplishments in this world, they don't come from people who play it safe. They come from people who are willing to take risks, who are willing to fail, who are willing to be bad at something before they become good at it. And that's true whether you're talking about business or sports or the arts or any other area of life. Think about it. Did Michael Jordan become one of the greatest basketball players of all time by playing it safe? No. He spent countless hours perfecting his skills, and he failed over and over and over again before he finally reached the top of his game. Or how about Oprah Winfrey? Do you think she became a media mogul and a global icon by playing it safe? Absolutely not. She took massive risks. She put herself out there, and she was willing to be bad at things before she became the best. And the same is true for all of us. If we want to achieve our biggest dreams, if we want to unlock our greatest potential, we have to be willing to step out of that comfort zone and into the unknown. We have to be brave enough to be bad at something new. I know that's easier said than done, stepping out of your comfort zone, trying something new where you know you're going to be bad at it. That can be terrifying, but you know what? That's okay. In fact, that's a good thing. Because the truth is, if something doesn't scare you a little bit, it's probably not worth doing. You see, growth and expansion, they always require us to do things that are outside of our comfort zone. They always require us to take risks, to push our boundaries, to be willing to fail. And the more we're willing to do that, the more we're willing to be bad at something new, the more we're going to grow, the more we're going to achieve, the more we're going to unlock our true potential. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but Brian, what if I try something new and I'm just terrible at it? What if I make a complete fool of myself? And my answer to that is, so what? Who cares? Honestly, who cares if you're bad at something new when you're first starting out? The only person who's going to judge you for that is yourself. And trust me, you're being way too hard on yourself. Because the reality is, we all have to start somewhere. We all have to be beginners at some point. And the most successful people in this world, they're the ones who embrace that beginner's mindset, who are willing to be bad at something new in order to eventually become great at it. Think about it. When you were a kid, did you ever try to learn how to ride a bike? I'm sure you did, and I'm also sure that the first few times you tried, you probably fell down a lot. You probably scraped your knees, you probably looked pretty silly. But did that stop you? No. You picked yourself up, you dusted yourself off, and you kept trying until you finally got the hang of it. And that's the mindset we need to have as adults, my friends. We need to be willing to fall down, to look silly, to be bad at something new, because that's the only way we're ever going to get good at it. That's the only way we're ever going to unlock our true potential and achieve the kind of success and fulfillment that we're truly capable of. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Okay, Brian, that all sounds great in theory, but how do I actually do it? How do I be brave enough to be bad at something new? And that's a great question, because the truth is it's not always easy. It takes courage, it takes discipline, and it takes a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. But let me share with you a few strategies that I found to be really effective. First and foremost, you have to change your mindset. You have to stop thinking of being bad at something new as a weakness and start seeing it as an opportunity. Instead of getting discouraged when you don't get something right away, try to reframe it as a chance to learn, to grow, to improve. And you know, the great thing is, the more you're willing to be bad at something new, the faster you're going to get good at it. Because every time you step out of that comfort zone, every time you try something new, you're building new neural pathways in your brain, you're expanding your skills and your capabilities, and that's an incredible superpower that we all have access to. So the next time you're faced with the opportunity to try something new, something that might make you feel a little uncomfortable or a little uncertain, I want you to embrace that feeling. I want you to embrace that feeling. I want you to lean into it and see it as a sign that you're on the right track. Because the more you're willing to be bad at something new, the more you're going to unlock your true potential. The second key is to start small. Don't try to take on some massive, daunting challenge right off the bat. Instead, look for small, manageable ways to step out of your comfort zone. Maybe it's taking a new fitness class, or learning a new hobby, or even just trying a new recipe in the kitchen. The key is to start small, to build up your confidence and your skills gradually, so that you can eventually take on bigger and more ambitious challenges. And you know, the great thing about starting small is that it takes a lot of the pressure off. When you're not trying to become a world-class expert at something overnight, it's a lot easier to be okay with being a beginner, with being bad at it first. And that's really important, because the more relaxed and comfortable you can be with the process of learning and growing, the faster you're going to actually improve. The third key is to surround yourself with a supportive community. Look for people who are also trying new things, who are also stepping out of their comfort zones, and connect with them, learn from them, encourage each other. Because when you have a supportive group of people around you, it makes it a lot easier to take those risks, to be okay with being bad at something new. And you know, the beautiful thing is those supportive communities can take all kinds of forms. Maybe it's an online forum or a Facebook group. Maybe it's a local meetup or a class that you're taking. The important thing is that you find your tribe, the people who are going to lift you up and encourage you rather than judge you or try to hold you back. And the fourth and final key that I want to share with you today is to celebrate your small wins. Because the truth is, when you're trying something new, the progress isn't always going to be linear. There's going to be ups and downs, there's going to be frustrations and setbacks. But every time you take that small step forward, every time you make a little bit of progress, I want you to acknowledge and celebrate that. Because those small wins, they're what's going to keep you motivated. They're what's going to keep you going when things get tough. And the more you can focus on and celebrate those small wins, the more you're going to build that momentum, that confidence, that belief in yourself to keep pushing forward. Now, I know that all of this might sound a little bit daunting, a little bit challenging, but my friends, I promise you, it is so worth it. Because the truth is, the more you're willing to be bad at something new, the more you're going to unlock your true potential, the more you're going to achieve the kind of success and fulfillment that you truly deserve. Think about it. How many of the most successful, most influential people in the world got to where they are by playing it safe, by sticking to what they know? Not many, right? The people who have truly made a lasting impact, they're the ones who were brave enough to step out of their comfort zones, to be beginners, to be bad at something new. And you know, the great thing is, it's not just about achieving external success, it's about the internal transformation that happens when you're willing to do that. Because when you're brave enough to be bad at something new, when you're willing to take those risks and push your boundaries, you start to unlock a whole new level of confidence, of self-belief, of personal growth. You start to see yourself in a whole new light. You start to realize just how much you're truly capable of. And that, my friends, that is the real secret to unlocking your greatest potential, to living your best life. It's not about perfection. It's not about being the best at everything right away. It's about being willing to be a beginner, to be bad at something new, because that's where the real magic happens. So today I want to challenge all of you to be brave enough to step out of your comfort zones, to try something new where you know you're going to be bad at it at first. Whether it's learning a new language or picking up a new hobby or taking on a new professional challenge, I want you to embrace that feeling of being a beginner, of being bad at it. And I want you to trust that the more you're willing to do that, the more you're going to unlock your true potential. Because, my friends, the future belongs to the brave. It belongs to the people who are willing to take risks, to push their boundaries, to be bad at something new. And I know with every fiber of my being that each and every one of you has that kind of bravery within you. You just have to be willing to unleash it. So go forth, my friends, and be bad at something new. Embrace the discomfort, embrace the uncertainty, embrace the opportunity to grow and expand and unlock your greatest potential. Because I can promise you the rewards on the other side, they're truly life-changing. Thank you all so much for being here today. I am honored and humbled to have had the chance to share these thoughts and ideas with you. Now go forth, be brave, and be bad at something new.